Hello, and welcome to another segment or episode of this series that I'm making for anyone who might want to play with me and sort of want to know my opinions on where to position yourself and what operators to bring. Obviously, I'm an amateur looking at some strats that are most commonly found in Pro League and sort of trying to put them into play in ranked and higher level casual games. I know, don't hate me. I'm a sweaty hardcore player. Anyway, today we will start off with Mira. A very solid operator and sort of a stereotypical pick for me in these kinds of things because I'm more or less, revolving a lot of sight lines around her mirrors. It's a window, isn't it? It's not a mirror, it's a window. Alright, so starting off, hello. That's a very slow hello. Oh, do you do, Jaeger? Oh, what's up? Alright. So, starting off as usual is mirror placement number 1. I don't know why I was so confused. I'll never know. It's been probably about a week since I last recorded this. But anyway, mirror place number 1 goes into this little cubby area looking into B. Because a lot of stuff happens, whether it be Fuse or Blackbeard, so, it's best to look into that bomb site from the relative safety of a reinforced window. I said relative because you can still get mirror placement number 2 into this office. I know a lot of people, not necessarily neglect, but don't really pay too much mind to that office area, so I like to put that there and station someone there as well. I've seen that happen in a Pro League, so just in case. So yeah, right here, fairly standard. There might be someone in there, but more often than not, I don't think we're gonna have anyone on B because it's such a hot box. This mirror can also be utilized by someone who might be, all the way in this bomb over here, bomb A, who's probably going to be smoke. Protecting bomb A / smoke will be this right here. It won't be a perfect protection because there can be people coming from Visa, but from here you sort of have a sight line to all 3 windows, and you could probably get the jump on anyone who might, even if they, hot breach it. I'll probably try to attempt to win or even tag someone in a firefight that involves that mirror spot. Yeah, here I sort of see a potential for crossfire if that opportunity arises. But yeah. So Jaeger will be a second operator here. So when recording this, I sort of had some trouble figuring out what he was supposed to be. I've seen Jaeger a lot on this objective, and for the life of me, I don't remember why. Yes, Jaeger's, gadgets are helpful, but on my notes it said Jaeger pixel peeking window, and obviously it's a Pro League, so they know what they're doing. But then when I reread this note, I was like, what? Pixel peek? I had no idea which pixel peek my notes were talking about, or which team that I was looking at when I made that note. But I know that he's been up here for 2 or 3 different teams, so that's why I added him in here. But yeah, You can tell I was super lost. But yeah, he'll probably want to reinforce anywhere where Valk and Smoke and Bandit can't. Again, there'll be one right here. So yeah, most likely Mira will be on this B window, or on Mira window number 1. But if my notes say that he's in Jaeger's office, then he's probably behind Mira number 2 or somewhere near Mira number 2.
5 seconds and counting.
As you can see, I'm sort of trying to see if I can find a pixel peak that I'm looking for, but nothing really seems to add up, so I mean, that might be it, potentially. I'm not entirely sure. But I think Jaeger will do a pretty good job of locking down offices anyway. There certainly needs to be someone down here anyway, so Jaeger's probably the best guy out of literally anyone else who could be here to make that happen. Anyway, yeah, that was a waste of time. I'm so sorry. So, Jaeger replacements. It's fairly simple. Make sure that no one gets absolutely wrecked by a certain something, whether it be a fuse charge or flashbangs or smoke. So this will probably help. Yeah, I come back here. Figure out what the fuck I was trying to do. Does not work. But yeah. Who knows? Maybe that's the pixel peak I was talking about. It sucks. I know. I really should have made a more descriptive thing. But in essence, he'll be locking down this entire office area. I'm looking at my partner and be like, I don't remember. And he's like, oh, god damn it. Of course you don't remember. Yeah, that's not a pixel peak, Aria. That is a hole. That is a gigantic hole in the wall. Alright. On to Valk. So Valk cameras will be basically assisting in other areas where they might come through. Reinforcement here, on the one next door, and smoke will get the other two. I put a thought cam in the stairwell because in this setup, there's not going to be anyone downstairs near that side, so we will need some intel if anyone does try to get in here. Cam number 2 is here just in case smoke gets taken out, because I know a lot of people like to go through there. And then the third camera is going to be out here, again to assist smoke or anyone else who might need some intel, both onto this balcony as well as surrounding walls. This will give smoke a lot of intel on what side they might be peeking, or even if they're like repelling up. So Jaeger out here is looking at the camera, telling me whether it's good or if it's obvious, and as of right now it's pretty obvious. However, if you get it on the arch a little bit above, that's where it becomes a little bit more shady, and so I can probably it will probably stay a little bit more hidden than it is right now, since it's a gigantic black blob on the side of a pristine white wall. So Valkyrie herself will probably be within this front desk area, maybe in the bathroom, but basically she's trying to stop anyone from rushing or roaming from this side and gaining access into her orbit. In essence, she'll pretty much be in charge of this reception desk. Anyone that gets through Jaeger from offices, as well as anyone coming up stairwell and a second line of defense, if not the first line of defense, for B site. With enough health, like a Jaeger and maybe barbed wires, then she'll be good and set to basically stop anyone from coming in. So if we assume that Jaeger's gonna put his stuff there, then Bandit, hello Bandit, can probably put his towards the east side. So starting off, one barbed wire on the top of this stairs, one from this offices, and one in front of this kitchen area. So basically it makes anyone trying to come from this side, no matter who it is, slower. Giving anyone ample sound cues to sort of react. So yeah. There's an option there, there's an option there. There's a lot of places that you could use barbed wires. Smoke can also use barbed wires as well, considering that yeah, he doesn't blow too many holes in here anyway. Onto the shock wires. That's the first shock wire. And then the other shock wires can probably either go to this thing, which will probably be used more often, and probably need a little bit more protection, as well as these walls. Unfortunately, this is a wall of 4, so either 2 or 3 of those, only 2 or 3 of those will have it. Now, there is a possibility that we don't need that there, because if more than 2 people come through, then it'll probably get taken over and Jaeger will probably have to GTFO there. So shock wires will probably be 3 on that wall. Positioning wise, Bandit will actually be over here, down here in Visa office, mainly because as a roamer, he'll probably want to be, somewhere to lock down anywhere. Jaeger you can say the same for Jaeger, but he's sort of roaming. He's not technically on site. So with the 2 GSG9 brothers, they could pretty much just lock down this entire hemisphere. Bandit can make sure no one comes from these 2 barricades, as well as maybe someone who may be trying to, garage side coming up from here. He'll also be the first line of defense for Smoke, for anyone trying to come upstairs from that stairwell. Now, last but not least, and I know everyone knew this guy was coming. Hello, it is I, Smoke. So again, Smoke will most likely be in this room, kind of like if downstairs. His preparation, not that hard. He'll reinforce the 2 walls behind him with the help of Valkyrie. And I didn't show this, but just in case we need, you know, a quick way to destroy a plant, blow a rotation hole in there. I don't think anyone would use it unless they really needed to, but if they really needed to, they can come down here and get like a beeline straight into destroying that diffuser. While he can use Mira number 1, he'll most likely be in A. Mainly because he has a shotgun for close range if anyone comes in. He has a SMG, as well as the assistance of the Valcam outside to sort of gather intel and get some headshots. Again, both plants, as well as entry, but probably mostly entries when it's this close quarter. If that's open, if you're not bad, you can throw out a gas grenade. If you're not bad. Now this, I tried multiple times, but I noticed that, my friend noticed that you can't do that right now because it's still in prep phase, but
Keep an eye out for Op 4 attempting to
there we
defuse
go.
the bombs.
So that went clean out. That went way too clean out, and it went all the way down. But you get the idea. I'm not a smoke main, so yeah. Yeah, I'm a little frustrated. But yeah, you can probably throw a gas grenade and probably like just smoke this entire place out if it lands anywhere right there. And with, you know, the Valk cams, it should be easy peasy lemon squeezy. With Jaeger here, you know, dealing with anyone there making noise, and Bandit making noise down here, as well as potentially a barbed wire there. Smoke's pretty much safe in this place, so he can sort of concentrate on locking down A and that balcony. Not to mention, Mira will probably be on Mira window number 1, so if he ever needs any help, he can get help from her. Not to mention, Valk is just outside into that hallway, so there's 3 people around to help smoke if need be. And if Bandit really wanted to be ballsy, he can probably pop out and shoot anyone from all the way down there. But I haven't seen that aggressive a play, so that's pretty much it. Thanks for coming. I'll see you guys for another another positioning video for upstairs, because I felt this was a little bit weird. It seemed to work in Pro League, but for me it was a little bit too many people upstairs and a little bit too thin from everywhere, so I decided to whip up another strategy. So that will be next time. Thanks for coming, guys, on the next video. Bye, dudes.